Hey, assalamu alaikum guys, hope you're well inshallah. This video is a small compilation of clips from the entire stream where I reacted to the debate. If you want the full reaction, you can find it under the live tab on my channel. Otherwise, this is just kind of the key moments. Anyways, enjoy the reaction.
Now explain what he means by that. We did not leave Iraq because we were Zionists. We left because
Whoa.
we were no longer safe.
Oh my god, okay, relax. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down, please.
Not Palestinian.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
You moron! You racist piece of because Iraq
What?
and the pan-Arabic nationalist
They
movements
left.
that arise out of Zionist
You are
violence
out of your
is
mind.
not about Palestinians.
Folks, that's enough of the dog chat. It's time. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hasan Bike.
Hello, Hasan Piker.
What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a debate. What about you?
That's what I'm doing as well. All right. Wait, hold on. Oh, are you gonna show me all the time as well on the Zoom call?
Here, I can fix that.
How does this conversation spiral into what we just saw?
That 1 second. Let me just set it to Ethan's
Yeah.
output here. There you go.
If you want, just show like not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're gonna talk, like that's fine.
Hey,
I know it's gonna be too
Hasan,
difficult.
leave the production notes to my team. You can switch your show how you like.
What a passive-aggressive man-child. Oh my god. It's crazy. The possessiveness he has over the team is crazy. Being that some of them are Lebanese, some of them are Arab. Most of them, if not all of them, disagree with everything that Israel's doing. But they don't seem to have the spine to stick up to this freaking poop. I don't want to say anything bad, anything rude. I want to be gracious, but stick up to this guy, this disingenuous, malicious person, when he spews, this nonsense, this Zionist rhetoric. So I'm very disappointed in his team, to be honest.
Well, they were my coworkers as well, Ethan.
Well,
for
it's
2
been a
years.
while, my friends, and guess what? They are not now.
No, I know.
So let's start. I mean, so you did this content
Oh, my
cup,
Lord.
right? And I mean, did that go how you expected? It didn't seem to
Wait,
hit very hard.
Before we get started, can I lay some like ground rules so we can have like a productive conversation?
Okay, sure. I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get
basic
bogged
stuff. I'm
down
not-
in a
it's not like a
conversation.
gotcha.
Go
I'm
ahead,
not-
start. No, I know
Okay,
you're not. I
so-
just-
Okay, when someone doesn't want to get bogged down with definitions, they don't want to have a debate. When people don't want to define terms clearly, they don't actually want to have a debate, because in order to actually have a conversation, you guys need to be on some kind of same terms. You need to understand what you're discussing.
want to
All
get
right.
going.
So first and foremost, I think we should define what Zionism is.
The belief that Jews should have their own homeland in the historic, Palestine area. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I believe that Zionism is a religious ethno-supremacist ideology that revolves around the exterminationist policies of removing the indigenous population that lived in, as you said, historic Palestine, as long as they are not Jews, because it's a religious, ethno-religious supremacist ideology.
That is a
think that this is
necessary necessary conclusion of Zionism. A necessary conclusion of Zionism is that you must rid the land of anyone who's not Jewish.
Disagreement that you and I have.
No,
on
I
this
agree
front.
with you. I agree with you. If you want to add that, like the genesis of Zionism included, the displacement and the ravaging of the culture that existed there, then I would agree with you. I mean, I don't think that the establishment of Israel was like a good thing. I mean, it was tragic and a lot of bad things happened. But let me ask you,
Okay.
sir, how was filming that content? I just have to know what
Oh
you
my
what you were
God.
thinking as they were doing the
We're-
Fortnite
we'll
L
get
behind
to
you.
that, We'll get to that. We'll get to
No,
that.
no,
I
no,
promise.
no. We're here. I don't want
Okay.
to talk about definitions.
It's so funny. Like Hasan came in here right from the get-go talking about Zionism. He wants to talk about Palestine and Israel and the current general that's taking place. And all Ethan wants to talk about is the content cop. Like, I get he's hurt because the content cop was made about him and iDubbbz was his friend or whatever. I get that. But right now it seems like Hasan wants to have an intellectual discussion about Palestine and Israel, and Ethan wants to have a personal discussion about, it's not even about, Hasan particularly. It's about everything that has to do with anyone who doesn't like Ethan or who has said anything negative about Ethan. Ethan is such a petty crybaby. He does seem to be a little crybaby, to be honest. Like, these questions, he's not asking them in good faith. Or what did you think when they were doing the Fortnite L dance behind you? And it looks like it didn't go your way. He didn't post it. He was in like a 5-minute clip in the beginning. It gets worse. It doesn't stop here. Okay. I'm really trying to just watch it. I can't. Maybe I have a big mouth. I'm going to do my best to just play it and listen.
You got your Zionism, and let's do the.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
Did you not?
I've
You didn't.
participated in other YouTube videos as well in the past.
No,
you
but
know.
that
Some of them-
Fortnite
some of
L
them feature-
dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
1 second.
Okay.
I noticed you weren't in the other shots. Why was that?
I think I was being interviewed by.
Oh, really?
a
Who was
journalist while
interviewing
that
you?
was happening. I can't
Really?
remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly. You were absent from every other shot.
Wait,
I think
why
you
would
saw
I
him
be-
doing that I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this."
No,
and by
I
the
don't
way,
care.
I'm giving you credit for that.
I mean, Ethan, you're a comedian. You know, you participated in some sketches. You know, it happens.
Not in that. I mean, yeah.
You're one of your most famous sketches. You in a diaper. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we've done.
Well,
we've
I mean-
done funny things.
Okay, you know
goofs
what?
and
Let's not
gaffes.
debate the merit of our comedy.
Okay, I hate this. I hate when people make such a big point, and then when you make that same point back to them, they're like, well, it's not really that important. It doesn't matter. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Like, bro, who cares about the content cop? I care about the content cop. Okay, well, I mean, it's a sketch. You did sketches, and your sketch involved you in a diaper. It's not that important, actually. It's not taco. Let's move on.
Do you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza?
Yes.
Okay, great, awesome. So you agree
True.
with with numerous human rights organizations, the UN?
I already said yes.
Okay, great. No, that's important. Thank you for saying that. I also agree on this. If you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, do you feel like you have used your limited amount of time that you have as a content creator speaking out against Israel doing a genocide on the Palestinian population living in the Gaza Strip, or do you feel like most of your commentary on that issue has overwhelmingly been to rail against people that are doing that, pro-Palestinian
Sure.
advocates
Well,
that you feel
I
like
don't know
you've been
if-
wronged
Sure.
by,
He
myself
said sure.
included.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but if you're pro-Palestine, it doesn't absolve you of criticism. That's something that you guys.
That's so ironic. It's so ironic because he labels almost everyone who criticizes him as an anti-semantical person, I'll say. And he does not take an ounce of criticism. And I have heard some people talk about this debate or discussion, and that seems to happen a lot here. So we'll get through all of that.
keep harping on.
I never
Do I
said
do
that,
I think
and
my
don't that's the
coverage?
case. I don't think that
Eh,
is the case.
Okay. Do you think my coverage has been like totally balanced? I would say no. I've obviously given less time to the Palestinian perspective, and I think the reason for that is simply
No,
that.
not just the Palestinian perspective, Ethan. I think that rather than talking about that issue in and of itself, rather than talking about the genocide itself, every time you have talked
Hassan, I'm
about,
answering your
every
question.
time you've talked about Israel-Palestine, almost always revolved around.
I was gonna tell you
personal-
why. Do you want to
personal
let me answer?
vendettas that you have experienced from pro.
I was going to
content
explain
creators.
that. I feel like I'm responding to a lot of it that's been passed my way ever since leftovers ended, starting from you and your community.
So the reason he's not talking about, hey, there's a geno taking place here, and he's talking about the side, he's basically defending the side that's doing the geno against innocent men, women, and children, is because of personal issues. That's why. Because ever since their podcast ended, he's responding to a bunch of BS. That's why you're defending a geno state, state. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
I'm trying to explain the Jewish perspective. I'm not trying to make a value judgment on.
People are being like offed right now, like men, women, and children. Why are we not talking about that? Why are you not talking about that? You want to talk about a slogan that essentially says that those crimes should stop against those people. How it's somehow hurtful or harmful to another side, to an ethnic group, who, by the way, is the same ethnic group that this terror entity is claiming to be representative of, which they are not representative of Jews. Israel is not representative of Jewish people. They would like to be, so they can tokenize their Jewishness, and so they can claim that everything that is a criticism of them is just anti-semantical. So it's really, you're not really getting at the important point here, which is people are being offed. By the way, a really good example of a exterminist slogan is a land without a people for a people without a land. That's what Zionists were saying about Palestine before Israel was founded. That Palestine is a land without a people for a people without a land. Like, it's a match made in heaven. The problem was there were people there. There were a lot of people. There were hundreds of thousands of people there. So that's exterminist. All of this by Ethan is performative. And I believe even when he says things like, civilians is where I draw the line, I think that's performative because Israel's been civilians, but he now continues to defend Israel. Then he says, I'm not defending Israel. But then every point he makes, it was in the Israeli defense handbook that was written like in 2009 or whatever it was, to counteract people who are questioning why Israel is attacking innocent men, women, and children.
Have you seen the thumbnail?
The thumbnail?
That's what I said.
For what?
This is the thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hasan.
Where is it?
What?
Here's Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier list. In the F tier is me and
Oh, that's funny.
Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not in the tier list. He is never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Because he's a raging Zionist. He's probably the most recognizable Zionist who lies day in and day out for Israel. He's basically a pseudo proxy mouthpiece of Israel, and he uses his platform, the Daily Wire, to perpetuate that. And I'm willing to assume that he also, in one way, shape, or form, pressures other hosts of other shows on the Daily Wire to do the same. That's why no one on the Daily Wire, except for Candace Owens, who got fired or left or whatever, was anti-Israel for what they've been doing. That's why you're both there, because you're both in the F tier as Zionists.
Ethan?
I don't know why Hasan doesn't just say that. I don't know why he's pausing. Like, it's the most obvious thing. You're both raging Zionists who need to shut up. Seriously.
Israel again blocks Gaza aid. Again, I'm not talking about Gaza, which I say clearly in this clip, but go on.
And you hear all these like mega lefties talking.
Israeli authorities block healthcare to Gaza. Again, I'm not. Do you think that I'm talking about walking around Gaza?
This is the part I was talking about.
It is?
We
Did
never
you think
defended
that?
how Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th.
How are you going to talk about how multicultural and diverse Israel is when they're ethnically cleansing the other ethnicity?
We never like
I think that's the-
co-signed what they did.
Is that not the point he's making, though?
It already happened. I said it. Oh no. Okay. Well, anyway, I said
That's the exact part where he hits the button and he cuts off AB.
said is that my experience in Israel proper.
What happened after that?
I'm so happy he asked that.
Ethan?
Because they were being
there are
discriminated against.
Jews
That is a historical fact.
Have
Six-day
you ever
war
actually
aftermath.
listened to a clip of me talking about this?
What?
Oh my God, you have no idea what my perspective on this is. You're just
What
yelling at nothing.
are you doing right now?
Oh
What are you
my
wasting time
God.
for, buddy?
This is the reason why you're repeating.
No, I
shit
have
that
heard you
not
talk about
fucking-
it
the
time
shit
and
that
time
I don't
again.
actually believe.
Bro, you are continually not
Oh my
acknowledging
God.
the trauma of Middle Eastern
Oh my
Jews.
That's exactly what Ethan's doing. He's not acknowledging the actual trauma. He's not acknowledging what a real solution would look like. He's not acknowledging it's an apartheid against Palestinians.
You characterize it like they
have you
left.
ever listened,
Yes,
have
I've
you ever
seen
listened
it.
to anything that's not 30 seconds long?
Yes, bro.
From me?
That's
Have
so
you?
ironic that you're saying that as
I'm
you
literally in
misquote
front of
Abu.
you.
React to Ethan admitting Ela is a terror. Can't say the rest of it. He didn't like he said it sarcastically. I'm pretty sure. Like he didn't actually admit it. Based on what he said, by definition, she is. Yeah, but he didn't actually say that and mean it. As far as I know, he just wanted to get away from the point because he loves doing that. He loves running away from a point when he's proven wrong on something.
Money to
You
charity,
fucking
Hasan.
hate everybody that has even lightly criticized you or stayed out of.
Are you
your crash
surprised
out.
that I didn't like Ian's video?
I know you guys hate each other, but the views were crazy.
It was. How
What a stupid freaking thing to say.
I
Wait.
know you guys hate each other, but the views were crazy.
It was. How many? I
I'm
never
just
looked.
saying, think about it.
What was the views at? I never looked.
They're pretty good on both ends. Like 100.
They're pretty good on both ends. Who has more?
Okay.
Whose was higher?
He asked.
Hassan's was higher.
The songs was higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it was higher.
That's not good. We got
I
to
mean,
do
I had
something.
120,000. I don't know what you guys had over there. I wasn't looking, but
We got up to about 100K. So
Apparently, they never got up to 100. Apparently, the max was like 70 or something.
Well, we're gonna have to do so. These people are clearly have some kind of brain disease, and we need to.
Oh, yeah, everyone else has a brain disease. Everyone else has a brain disease. And Ethan Klein's the one normal person. Ethan Klein and his crew are the only normal people on the face of the earth. Everybody else is disease-ridden. Head up high, baby. Say thank you. He's looking at his mom for help. You're not going to get no help, buddy. Mwah.